Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and this footage right here has me fired up, man. I feel like I need to rant here today because when I was playing this match, I felt like I had drifted back in time. I wasn't playing Black Ops 6 with the Marine SP anymore. I felt like I was playing Black Ops 2 with the old R870. I told you guys in yesterday's video that I was doing some testing on ways to break the matchmaking here within Black Ops 6, and today I ran it back. I decided to do some more, and I think the final results are pretty damn conclusive. I played 20 straight matches of this game after turning crossplay off on the Xbox One, which effectively shut down Activision's ability to manipulate my matchmaking, and the final stats were absurd. Stuff you never see at this day and age anymore, or at least ever since the beginning of the Warzone era, the skill-based matchmaking era, basically anything from Modern Warfare 2019 onward. It honestly felt like I went back in time to games like Black Ops 4, Call of Duty World War II, or even older games like the original Black Ops or Black Ops 2. In 20 matches, I went a combined 943 and 305, all of them playing on Grind Tier, the map that just came out, which averages out to a 3.09 KD while going 16-4. Hey, can't win them all. Sometimes your teammates let you down, and of course, that would be an average win-loss of 4.0. Now, mind you, I was doing this while just switching my guns up randomly. I think I used something like 6 different submachine guns, 5 different rifles. I was memeing around with the pump-action shotgun here. I even unlocked that new light machine gun. I honestly forget the name of it, the Fang or something like that. Got that off the battle pass, used that with no attachments, and still did pretty good. Nothing mattered, right? In 20 matches, which you think engagement optimized matchmaking would eventually catch up to me, no, it didn't. In 20 matches, I had an average of a 3 KD and a 4 win loss, a super high score per minute, and most importantly, and this is the thing that people get caught up on, the game was fun. Right? This kind of shit right here is what Activision robbed the player base of. The ability to get good at the game, and because of that, be able to have fun in the game, use off-meta stuff, and enjoy yourself while playing in a casual playlist. I've put more time into Black Ops 6 over the course of the past 2 days than I have over the course of the past 2 months after finding out that if I turn off crossplay on the Xbox, Activision is no longer able to completely manipulate my matches. It genuinely felt like I was back in the glory days of the Call of Duty franchise, and that's honestly the worst part about it, because with how the matchmaking system works within Black Ops 6 and virtually every COD since Modern Warfare 2019, there are basically 10 different versions of the game that everybody is playing. It's nearly impossible to review anything because one person's experiences may vary wildly from anyone else's, whereas back in the day, everything was a lot more streamlined and it was unified. There was a pecking order in the series. Everybody knew where they stood. You would slowly watch yourself grow, evolve, and improve over time, and you were able to reap those rewards, just as I've been able to in this gameplay right here. Now, of course, there's this contingency of brainwashed, almost Stockholm Syndrome fans out there who say, man, all you want to do is drop tons of kills every game. You don't like a challenge. Skill-based matchmaking is not all that bad. And I feel terrible for those players because they have no idea what Call of Duty used to be about, and they have no idea what made this franchise so good in the first place. All they know anymore, pretty much, if they're newer COD fans, is shop bundles, scuff controllers, CDL skins, and wasting the entirety of their 20s to make a few $100 on wager matches. Call of Duty at its core was the greatest casual FPS game ever made. It was a game where players of any skill level could get together and play. Matches were laid back, they were fun. Of course, there would be some trash talk now and again, but heaven forbid if you try to do that anymore nowadays. It was absolutely the best of times. And when people like myself, and I'm sure everybody upvoting and commenting on this video will tell you, it's not competition that we dislike about the matchmaking system within this franchise. What we don't like is the game giving us oftentimes more competitive matches than the actual ranked mode, because the ranked mode is full of hackers and there's no point in playing that anyway. It's the fact that our connections suffer because they have to match us with people halfway across the world in order to find people of a perfectly equal skill level. It's the fact that we can't play with our friends and family anymore because we have played the franchise too much, and that forces our friends and family to play every single match in our lobbies, which are 10 times out of their league. It's the fact that there's no variety in gameplay. Every match is the same. We're basically just playing against veteran AI every single match with different gamer tags, but they all play the exact same with the exact same loadouts, and it's the fact that literally everything that was good about the franchise before got thrown in the trash as soon as they opted to build the game around this matchmaking algorithm. If you're one of those people who can't understand why skill-based matchmaking is an absolute cancer on the series, then there is no hope for you. I'm sorry, some people just don't get the picture unless the flash is on, and I am so tired of trying to break it down for them because most people understand. This system fundamentally ruins the Call of Duty franchise, and what I experienced over the course of the past 2 days really goes to prove that. Somebody asked me what I would rate Black Ops 6 now that I've essentially been able to play the game without skill-based matchmaking trying to ruin me, and the game is notably better, for sure. Like, the launch maps are still horrendous, and netcode is incredibly hit or miss, like literally, pun intended there, but the point still stands. You can take a game like this, Black Ops 60% players lost, and have it still feel incredible just by letting the game play out organically for the player base. You bring back some great maps like Grind here, and you're set essentially, because the movement is smooth, the gunplay is nice, there's good weapon variety when people aren't just all running around with a jackal. The perk system does allow for some creative choices. It's not the best game in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but it's so much better when you're able to play a casual game casually. I know, it's freaking mind-blowing, right? Take these clips right here as an example. Now, remember what I said earlier. After 20 straight matches with crossplay off and averaging a 3 KD and a 4-win loss, I decided to do some testing and turn crossplay back on, and man, Activision was just waiting for me with this one, man. Holy shit. I was immediately reminded why I don't play this game anymore. Like, every single person in this lobby was butt sliding, scuff jumping, jackals to the left, PPSHs to the right, battle pass guns I don't even have or even know what they are, teammates all quitting out, score streaks being put up in the sky. What a horrendous experience, and I knew less than a minute into my first match with crossplay on that they designed this lobby specifically to buttfuck me because my stats are too good and because I've had too many good matches in a row. Engagement optimized matchmaking, ladies and gentlemen, it's freaking wonderful, isn't it? And you guys might remember that we've said many times that the algorithm always wants to push everybody in the game's stats back down to 1. They'll give you a few good games in a row, and then they'll punish you with a couple bad games in a row, right? Everything's pretty much predetermined. Well, I can't even make this shit up here. I played 2 matches with crossplay back on today. In the first match there, I went -9. My whole team backed out. The other team thought there was money on the line. Like, it was a complete shit show, but I went -9. And then my next match, I go +9. Like, you can't make this up, guys. It's the same shit. It's so formulaic. Everything about this game's matchmaking system is predetermined, algorithmic, manipulative bullshit, and I will not have any part of it. Like, I can't for the life of me fathom how anybody would find any of this to be fun. Your input as a player is completely irrelevant. The difference between my experience with crossplay off and crossplay on is as wide as the Grand Canyon, man. Like, it's night and day different. There's no denying it, and I feel bad for those people who aren't able to do this. If you play on Xbox, any version of Xbox, you can disable crossplay to your console entirely, and you will be able to finally play Call of Duty the way that it was intended. You'll run into some good players, some great players even. You're going to find some bad players, some terrible players, and everything in between. Your lobbies will be organic. They will feel varied. Experiences will be unique, and it will feel like the good old days of Call of Duty. If you play on PlayStation, you can disable crossplay within the Black Ops 6 menu itself, but Activision doesn't like that. I keep hearing from people that if you disable crossplay, you immediately have to re-disable it after each and every match, and if you play on PC, well, you're just screwed, man. There's really no option to disable anything. I truly hope that we are about to enter a new era of the Call of Duty franchise, because after playing today, I'm torn, right? On the one hand, it really goes to show how fucking terrible the matchmaking system is in the COD franchise. Like, it's so freaking bad, but then when you get to play without that matchmaking algorithm trying to ruin you at every turn, it reminds you that Call of Duty is actually fun. That Call of Duty is still the same game franchise I fell in love with back in 2007, and I know it's wishful thinking, and a shit ton of things will have to fall into place, but with things like the Recon Squad being added, GTA 6 coming out, the new Battlefield game coming out, and the continuously dwindling player count for the Call of Duty franchise as a whole, the hope is that Call of Duty will eventually go back to what it once was, because what I've shown you here today in this video proves that that can still happen. The old style of Call of Duty that we all know and love is still out there. It's still alive. The only problem is Activision has it locked up tighter than one of Joe Seacot's double hinge doors. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for listening to this video here today. I hope you all enjoyed it. I just need to get this off my chest and just rant about this, so I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening and your continued support of my channel, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.